Hey, what's up, guys? So, Cholo Tolentino and Nathan Reyes from Unbox Philippines here,
What's up?
and we were able to review the.
Renault Twizy.
That's right, and medyo pawis kami because walang aircon yung kotse. It's an electric vehicle, and yeah, it's sobrang init.
Big thank you to Renault Twizy Philippines for lending us this vehicle for the day to test drive so we can give our initial thoughts, our first impressions, and just a look at what it's like to live with a EV in the Philippines on an everyday basis.
That's right. So, super raw first impressions today, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let's go. Now for looks, I really like the design of this car. It looks very, very modern, and you have this carbon fiber finish on top that makes it look a little bit sporty. Performance-wise, I think Nathan was pretty happy.
Yes, performance-wise, and to give my 2 cents on the aesthetics, I do feel like the black and white color scheme fits this very well. To me, it seems like it got pulled out of Star Wars, but maybe am I the only one that sees this? Comment down below.
Or yeah, or a panda. So yeah, it is what it is. Now, as for the lights, I did notice that majority of the lights are halogen, so that's the backlights. But then when you go to the front, we have some LED lights. But I did talk to the people at the store, and they said that originally the front lights were also halogen. They were just upgraded to have LED lights. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a very sporty look here, and the doors help because we have scissor-style doors that open upwards instead of outwards like a regular car.
The interior is very bare bones, so it's basically black and more black. But there's a little bit of a carbon style finish on some of the panels on the interior. As for the seats, you can move it front and back, but you can't really recline the seat. So it's sort of a racing bucket seat. On the sides, it's very simple. You can see the hazard lights, the transmission, which doesn't come as a shifter, but comes as buttons. And on the right side is a small keyhole for some compartments and other things you may want to store. At the center is a very basic tachometer that shows how fast you're going, as well as your battery power and the current state of your transmission. So at the bottom of the car, it's very, very simple. You can see 2 pedals, so it's just really stop and go, the gas and the brake. The handbrake is uniquely situated right below the steering wheel, near where your legs are.
Now for the passenger compartment, it's honestly very, very cramped. I wouldn't recommend this for groceries if you're going in pairs, but if you're going alone, you could put the groceries out there in the back, but not many of them. Now, if you go in pairs, you're gonna have to put them on your lap, but there's also not that much space because the seat does have to be pushed back so that the driver can drive comfortably. Now for your legs, as a passenger, you're gonna have to squeeze them to the sides of the driver's seat, and which is a bad thing if you go on long rides because mangangalay ka. You can't dequatro and you can't change your seating position, which could be very uncomfortable after a while. Also, we noticed that there is no compartment for coins or cup holders. So when we were eating, it was kind of hard for me to carry everything on my lap.
Driving the Renault Twizy, you can feel that the car is very light. When you're at slower speeds, it doesn't have power steering, so the steering can get quite heavy. But moving up in the speedometer, and you can really feel that the steering gets lighter, it becomes easier to drive, and the acceleration honestly isn't all that impressive, but it's perfect for the city and the small streets here in Manila. So right now for max speed, I'm gonna floor it in a bit. There we go, that's floored. So you can see the acceleration. So it's steadily going up and increasing. We're at 50 and it's an uphill, slight incline. Now we're in a slight decline. And it can reach 60. This has a max speed of around 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. But of course, it's going to take a while to get there. You're gonna have to wait, sip some tea, eat some food, take your siesta, and maybe it'll reach 90 after that. But it does take a while. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the hump. So of course, I'm going to have to brake. So the brake pedal isn't like any other cars. It can be very difficult to press. And even if it is difficult to press though, the car stops very well and braking is decent for a car of this weight. It grabs a lot of attention. Okay ba, kuya? See, as you can see, it grabs a lot of attention, and it's definitely a head turner. As a driver, to me, the suspension felt very manageable. Sure, it wasn't the smoothest experience around, but it managed to hold the bumps and not make me feel like I needed a back surgery after my drive.
Despite the limited cargo space and the lack of modern amenities such as cup holders, air conditioning, and things like that, there are good things to be had with the size of this vehicle. That includes not really needing to plan where you want to go because of limited parking space, small parking spaces, low headroom areas, and the like.
The price can be a little bit steep for some people, but for 700,000 pesos, it will get you a regular car, one of the cheaper ones. Now, if you think about it, you're not going to be spending on things like gasoline anymore. All you have to do is charge this vehicle and you're good to go.
Other than that, you don't really need a special charger for this kind of vehicle. If you look up front, pull out the plug, and you'll notice that it's the regular type of port that you can plug into your wall at home and the device will charge right up. 3.5 hours is all you need.
Here are some graphics so you have a rough estimation of how much you're going to be saving, but we compared the average hatchback to the Renault Twizy. That's 3.85 pesos per kilometer, or 14.6%. So if you're looking for an electric vehicle to use around the city, it's definitely one to look at. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, you can check out more reviews on our website, Unbox.ph. Once again, it's Cholo Tolentino and
Nathan Reyes signing out. Thank you for watching. We hope that you learned a lot from our first impressions and quick review of the Renault Twizy.
that's right. See you guys around.